You open Instagram just for a second. 15 minutes later, you're on TikTok watching a hamster bake a cake. You laugh, you scroll, you like, you swipe again and again. But then you stop. Wait, what were you doing before this? That moment right there, that blank, foggy feeling, is not just forgetfulness, it's a warning sign. Because what if I told you that social media isn't just distracting you? It's reprogramming how your brain stores memory, how it handles focus, and how it connects one thought to the next. In this episode, we'll dive deep into the shocking ways social media is altering your memory, your attention span, and even your sense of time. We'll explore why you can't focus like you used to, why you remember memes but forget what you studied an hour ago, and how social platforms are training your brain to think in 7-second loops. But this isn't just a rant about screen time. We're going straight into the neuroscience of attention, memory consolidation, dopamine overload, and the dangerous illusion of multitasking. Because here's the truth. Your brain isn't just absorbing what you see, or it's adapting to how you use it. Call to action 1. If you've ever found yourself stuck in a scroll, only to forget why you picked up your phone in the first place, hit that like button. And subscribe to Snacko-Facts, because today, we're not just remembering facts, we're reclaiming focus. Let's start by asking, why does your brain feel so scattered? Remember when you could sit through a full movie without checking your phone? Now, even a 60-second reel feels too long. This isn't just a shift in habit, it's a neurological shift. Here's why. Your prefrontal cortex is the part of the brain responsible for attention, impulse control, and planning. But every time you switch apps, get a notification, or scroll past a post, your brain is pulled in a new direction. This is called attention fragmentation. And it's exactly what social media is built on. You're not just distracted, you're being trained to be. Each swipe is a micro interruption. And your brain starts adapting by shrinking the time it can focus on any single thing. A study from Microsoft found that the average human attention span has dropped from 12 seconds in the year 2000 to just 8.25 seconds in 2023. That's shorter than a goldfish. Why? Because social media thrives on interruption. It's designed to reset your focus, not extend it. Even worse, fragmented attention leads to weaker encoding of memories. When you can't concentrate, your brain doesn't form strong connections, it just skims the surface. So if you're wondering why it's getting harder to focus, read, or even daydream, this is why. How many phone numbers can you remember? What about birthdays, directions, facts? Now, how many passwords does your phone remember for you? We've entered an era of memory outsourcing, and it has a name, the Google effect. This refers to a cognitive bias where people are less likely to remember information if they know they can easily look it up later. The brain, like any efficient system, is adapting. Instead of remembering the information, it remembers where to find it. This isn't all bad. It's a smart way to manage cognitive load. But it has consequences. When memory becomes externalized, your episodic memory, your mental timeline, weakens. You may forget when things happened, or if they happened at all. It also disrupts deep learning. True understanding requires context, pattern recognition, and repetition. But if your brain skips that step because Google has the answer, your retention drops. And social media, it trains you to value surface-level information, headlines, summaries, hot takes, over depth. Which brings us to the next layer of the problem. Let's talk about your brain's reward system. Every like, comment, and swipe delivers a hit of dopamine, the feel-good chemical associated with pleasure and reward. Over time, your brain becomes conditioned to seek this stimulation, not just enjoy it. It's the same neural loop behind gambling addiction. But there's a cost. Your brain prioritizes novelty over depth, short bursts of content over long-form focus, and most importantly, instant gratification over delayed understanding. Here's what's happening neurologically. Dopamine spikes shift your brain into reward mode, weakening your hippocampus, the area responsible for converting short-term memories into long-term ones. So even if you see something fascinating on your feed, your brain might never store it. Why? Because you're immediately onto the next thing. In a 2022 study published in the journal Nature, researchers found that people who consumed more social content throughout the day had less active hippocampal consolidation during sleep. Translation: you may feel like you're learning, but you're actually forgetting faster. You're answering a message, watching a video, and listening to music, all while scrolling. Seems efficient, right? Actually, your brain isn't multitasking. It's task switching, rapidly toggling between multiple tasks, burning energy with each switch. Every transition creates cognitive residue, leftover attention from the previous task. The result? Slower processing, more errors, mental fatigue. Neuroscience shows that multitasking can reduce productivity by up to 40% and lower IQ by 10 points, the equivalent of being sleep deprived. And when social media rewards rapid task switching, your brain becomes conditioned to avoid deep focus altogether. That deep focus, what psychologists call flow, is critical for memory, learning, and creative thinking. When your attention is split, your memory is too. Think about the last 5 things you saw online. Can you recall them? Or just the feeling of endless scrolling? Exactly. It's not too late. The brain is remarkably plastic, meaning it can rewire itself through new habits and environments. Here are 5 science-backed strategies to reclaim your memory and attention. 1. Digital decluttering. Remove unnecessary apps from your home screen. Out of sight, out of scroll. 2. Single task and rituals. Set 25-minute focus blocks. No multitasking, no distractions. 3. Mindful scrolling. Before opening an app, ask, why am I opening this? What am I looking for? This creates conscious engagement instead of compulsive use. 4. Sleep and memory protection. No screen 60 minutes before bed. This allows the hippocampus to consolidate memories without interruption. 5. Information diet. Subscribe to long-form content, podcasts, books, documentaries, and reduce exposure to bite-sized content. Think of it like junk food versus nutrition. Your brain needs deep, complex input to stay sharp. Which of these are you willing to try? Comment below with the word reset if you're ready to take your brain back from the algorithm. Because attention is your most precious resource. And memory is how you know who you are. Your brain didn't evolve for tweets, it evolved for stories, deep thought, and silent moments of reflection. But now we trade silence for stimulation, reflection for reaction, memory for momentum, and what we lose is ourselves. The way you use social media isn't just changing what you see, it's changing how you think, how you feel, and how you remember. But here's the good news. Neuroplasticity means that every choice you make today shapes the brain you'll have tomorrow. So ask yourself, do you want a brain built for algorithms or one built for attention, depth, and real memory? The difference is in the scroll. If this video helped open your eyes, Give it a like and share it with someone who's always just checking their phone. And don't forget to subscribe because here, your mind still matters.